Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really digging into something crucial if you're maybe mid-level in IT infrastructure. That's site reliability engineering training.
Yeah, SRE. It's a big one.
Right. Maybe you're feeling that pressure, to level up your skills or just make sense of all the new tech.
Or just stay relevant, frankly.
Exactly. Trying not to get left behind. So we've looked through, well, quite a bit of material that highlights why SRE is becoming like a must-have,
hmm
and specifically why that hands-on training piece is so important and how things are shifting away from, the old way of doing IT ops.
That traditional model.
Yeah. So our mission today really is to pull out the key insights for you on SRE training, why it matters right now, and, well, for your future.
Sounds good. Let's jump in.
Okay, so let's unpack this changing landscape first.
Absolutely. I mean, the sources we looked at, they make it really clear. That old playbook. System admins focused mainly on, maintaining servers, reacting to outages,
Putting out fires.
putting out fires. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's becoming obsolete pretty fast. That reactive model just doesn't scale, doesn't work well anymore.
Right. And that's where SRE steps in, site reliability engineering. It's not just another buzzword, is it? It feels like a whole different approach.
It really is. It's the modern way. It's proactive. It's built for scale, especially, with cloud native stuff and DevOps.
It's like engineering reliability from the start.
That's a perfect way to put it. SRE basically takes software engineering principles,
Yeah.
discipline,
Mm-hmm.
and applies it to infrastructure operations.
Okay.
So you're building systems that are resilient, scalable, highly available by design.
And for those mid-level folks, this isn't just like an interesting trend. It's something they need to actively engage with.
Oh, absolutely. It's fundamental to staying relevant, for staying valuable in this field.
Yeah.
It's a necessary shift.
Now, I imagine a lot of people listening might feel like they're kind of caught between worlds, maybe strong in traditional ops, maybe dipped a toe into development.
Yeah, often siloed.
Exactly. So SRE training, it sounds like it's designed to bridge that very gap, right? Bring dev and ops closer.
Precisely. The materials really emphasize that SRE lives right at that intersection. Mid-level professionals, often very specialized, deep in server configs maybe, or just focused on incident response.
Mm-hmm.
An SRE course aims to break down those walls. And how it does that is pretty interesting.
Okay, tell me more. What are the actual benefits? How does it help integrate things?
Well, okay, several key ways. First, big one, automation.
Mm.
Automating all those repetitive manual operational tasks.
Instead of clicking the same buttons over and over.
Right. You write code, scripts, use tools to handle it, which frees up engineers for, higher level thinking.
Makes sense.
Second, a big shift to proactive monitoring, not just waiting for alerts when something's broken.
But looking for signs before it breaks.
Exactly. Tracking key metrics, anticipating issues before users even notice, like preventative maintenance for your whole system. Then there's implementing fault tolerance. Designing systems so they can handle failures gracefully without falling over.
Building in resilience.
And maybe most importantly, it fosters way better collaboration between dev and ops teams, a more unified approach.
So everyone's speaking the same language, working towards the same goal.
Pretty much. And all this reduces the grunt work, boosts efficiency, increases your impact.
So it's not just learning commands, it's changing the whole workflow, making things smoother, more impactful for the business.
That's it, exactly. And speaking of what you actually learn, the sources give a good rundown of the essential toolkit you get with SRE training.
Ah, the tools. This is where it gets tangible, right?
Yeah.
Moving from admin to engineer.
Totally. This is the practical side.
So what are we talking about? What are those core tools and concepts?
Okay, so monitoring is huge. You'll definitely encounter tools like Prometheus for collecting time series data, tracking metrics.
Seeing trends.
Yeah. And Grafana for visualizing all that data, making sense of it quickly.
Yeah.
You've also got things like the ELK stack for digging into logs.
Okay. Logging, monitoring. What else?
Automation in infrastructure as code, or IEC. Big focus there. Tools like Terraform, Ansible, maybe Puppet. Managing your infrastructure with code.
So it's repeatable, consistent?
Exactly. Reduces errors, speeds things up. And there's cloud platforms, AWS, Azure, GCP. You need familiarity there.
Pretty much essential now.
Definitely. And CI/CD pipelines, getting code out smoothly and reliably.
Right.
Automating incident response, too. And really understanding service level management.
Ah, the SLOs, SLIs, SLAs.
Yep. Service level objectives, indicators, agreements, and air budgets is a key SRE concept.
Right.
Like how much failure is acceptable while you innovate.
Right, finding that balance. Wow, that's That's a serious toolkit. I can see why the sources say these skills are so sought after.
Yeah, it's comprehensive. It's about engineering reliability and scale, not just reacting.
And it's not just the tools, is it? The material also talked about how it changes your thinking, sharpens critical skills.
Yes, that's a huge piece, especially for mid-level pros facing complex issues. SRE training really hones those problem-solving abilities.
How so? In what ways?
Well, take root cause analysis. SRE gives you frameworks, methodologies to really dig deep, find the actual cause, not just patch symptoms.
Get beyond the quick fix.
Exactly. Capacity planning becomes more data-driven, more predictive. You anticipate needs before you hit limits.
Okay.
There's a big emphasis on reliability-focused design, thinking about failure points early during development, and building solid disaster recovery strategies.
So it's a whole system view.
That's it. That
Hmm.
holistic system-level thinking. The sources are right. It's absolutely vital for high-performing organizations.
It sounds like you become someone who can not only fix things well, but can actually design systems to be less likely to break in the first place.
That's the goal.
Now, the career side of this. The material really hammered home that SRE is a booming field.
Oh, absolutely booming. The demand is, frankly, remarkable. We saw how companies like Google, Netflix, Amazon pioneered it.
The big tech names.
Right. But now, it's everywhere. Banks, healthcare, retail, startups, any industry moving to cloud or hybrid infrastructure sees the need.
And the numbers. The data we saw in the source material really backed that up, didn't it? About demand, salary.
It really did. I mean, year-over-year growth over 30% for SRE roles. That's significant.
Wow.
And salaries. In North America, you're typically looking at, say, $110,000 up to $160,000 plus, sometimes quite a bit more.
That's serious money.
It consistently ranks as a top 5 IT role for stability and pay, often a big jump from more traditional sysadmin roles. It reflects the value SRE brings.
That's a really compelling point. So investing in these skills, it's not just about staying current, it's a strategic career move.
Definitely. Positioning yourself for real advancement, better compensation.
And it's not only about getting a job titled Site Reliability Engineer, right? The paths seem pretty varied.
That's another key takeaway from the sources. SRE training opens up a lot of doors. Senior SRE, sure, but also reliability architect, DevOps engineer, infrastructure automation lead.
Platform engineer, cloud SRE consultant.
Exactly. All those paths become much more accessible. That versatility gives you career longevity, adaptability, even as tech keeps changing.
Sounds like building a future-proof skill set.
Hmm.
And speaking of the future, AI and automation, how does SRE stack up there?
That's a really important question people have. And the sources suggest SRE is actually quite resilient compared to more routine IT tasks.
Why is that?
Because the core of SRE involves judgment, strategy, system design, things AI isn't really doing yet.
Okay.
In fact, AI looks more like a tool for SREs. Think predictive maintenance, analyzing data to spot issues early, or intelligent alerting, cutting through the noise, anomaly detection.
So AI helps SREs do their job better rather than replacing them.
That's the picture emerging, yeah. It actually reinforces SRE as a future-oriented career.
That's reassuring, knowing the skills are in demand now and likely to stay relevant. And it seems these aren't just local opportunities either, global reach.
That's right. Remote work is becoming much more common for SRE roles, which opens up international possibilities.
Because companies everywhere need this.
Exactly. As businesses globally go digital first, the need for experts to keep those systems reliable. It's worldwide.
Okay, so pulling it all together, the message seems pretty strong. SRE training isn't just nice to have, it's becoming essential, especially for mid-level infrastructure folks.
That's the strong implication from everything we've looked at, yes. It's a pivotal investment.
And the benefits are clear. Career advancement, better salary potential.
Leadership opportunities, cross-functional roles, more stability in a changing field.
It's investing in your career security, your growth, your market relevance, really.
Absolutely. Long-term relevance.
And one thing the material specifically called out was the importance of how you get trained, that hands-on piece.
Yes, crucial point. Theory is one thing, but actually doing it, applying the concepts in a real lab environment, that's what makes the difference.
Builds real competence.
Totally. The sources mentioned places like Sysintelligence Institute of Technology and the GTA, specifically calling out their 100% hands-on approach, dedicated labs.
So that practical experience is key.
Absolutely essential for mastering the skills and hitting the ground running in a job.
Okay. So bringing it home, the takeaway seems clear. The IT world is changing fast. SRE is leading a big part of that change.
No doubt about it.
And for mid-level infrastructure pros wanting to not just keep up, but really get ahead, getting these SRE skills through solid, hands-on training offers huge benefits.
Yeah, substantial real-world benefits. Hopefully this deep dive helps you see why it's so critical and gives you good reasons to, seriously consider that training.
Definitely. And maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Given how fast tech evolves and how much we rely on these complex systems, how might these core SRE principles, the proactive management, the automation, the systems thinking, how might those ideas spread beyond just infrastructure? Could they start influencing other parts of tech, maybe even how businesses operate more broadly in the future?
Yeah, interesting question.
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.